Okay, so in this screencasting video, I am going to go over the field experience that I did, the virtual field experience. So the virtual field experience happened, it was October 6th of 2022, and for this class, I was in charge of teaching a small group to third graders via Zoom. So for this, we used Zoom and the website Epic to teach a class using essentially to recreate what it would be like to teach a virtual class. And so the book that I selected to teach using Epic was Stonehenge. It's a very short book, as you can see, 24 pages, actually less than 24 pages if you include just content about Stonehenge. So a little bit of a history and science lesson to the students. So yeah, that was the virtual field experience. I'm going to go over the questions now that I'm required to answer, though, for this part. So the first question, how did you help your teacher, or how did you provide help to the teacher and or the students? How I provided help was by helping take over the class for just a little bit, not really even taking over the class. The virtual field experience was a very disorganized event. Students logging out of Zoom and stuff, it just wasn't facilitated very well. So I'm actually, for that question, I don't believe we did provide any help to the teacher and or the students that day. I feel like it was actually essentially a waste of a time and helped facilitate students learning. The goal was to do this, but it never actually ended up happening, though. The setup just was not there. How did you use technology in your teaching? We used Epic to find the books, and then we used the virtual Zoom to help kind of like hold the classroom. And how did it contribute to your teaching and your students' learning? Like I said, though, it did not. Essentially all I learned, I probably learned more than the students that day, and I learned that you shouldn't try doing a virtual field experience like this one was set up. Again, very disorganized. And so what I would have changed about it in the future, instead of trying to have 15 or 20 groups inside of one small classroom with like all the different college kids trying to teach this, have one college kid teach the whole classroom via Zoom. That way you're not trying to have 20 different Zoom calls going on in the same classroom. Way too much noise. The teacher was not able to control it. The W200 professor that was in charge of it, she was not able to control it either. So yeah, that'll be how I would do it in the future, have one college kid teach the whole class. I mean, it would require the school to then find more classrooms for the students to teach, but I don't feel like that would be a problem. They just need to communicate better with the school districts. What did you do well? During the whole event, even though it was very disorganized, I just kind of stayed cool. I sat there. I didn't get frustrated. Well, very frustrated at the time, trying to figure it out, but didn't let the kids know I was frustrated. And then I ended up just joining someone else's Zoom, and I sat in on it because, like I said, I had 3 students to start with. All 3 of them just logged out of Zoom and just would not plug in their headphones, or they were just sitting there chatting, and the teacher was never there to fix it. What did you struggle with? As I've already mentioned, the disorganization by the school district and IU trying to hold it on. How will you improve it next time? Like I said, I already mentioned that one. What did you learn, and how would you contribute to your own professional identity as a teacher? Not doing what IU tried doing this semester, essentially. That it was a waste of time, waste of a background check and money on all the students' behalf. That's what I learned. Zoom events like this one, how it was set up, should never happen. All right, so thank you. That's my screencasting for W200 virtual field experience.